We only got the Guinness in Thursday. This is actually, I think, the 5th pint when he got out of it. So this is going to be unbelievable.
Oh, Jesus. So we're outside Nancy Hand's pub here on Park Gate Street, and this establishment has been here for over 150 years. And we're here with the main man, Dom.
Where's your buddy?
Oh, Noel normally does the videos.
Tell the story.
Us, but Noel couldn't be here today now because
He still owes that tab.
he's not allowed in.
Still owes that tab since 2019.
He's barred. But we'll get him in sometime.
When he clears the tab.
And yeah.
And it's his round.
And it's his round.
And it is round. The first 10.
Happy days.
Now guys, do you want to follow us in here? Oh, Cousin James, we'll go in on the right.
Sludge on the carrot. Good to see it.
This staircase came from Trinity College, where Oscar Wilde studied. Like it's like a little museum here. As you know yourself, James, when you bring in the bus load of Americans to us, they'll be here for a week walking around asking questions. I might tell you this little piece here in the window, do you know what this is?
Looks like a time machine or some sort. Oh, there's a wheel on it.
No, do you know, I found out. Guess what it is? An old steam engine.
No way, is it?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You'd light it there, and it was the little thing here used to dial up and down. Like these little things as well. Like we forgot about over the years. It's only actually this year when you be around walking around your own building, you see things like that.
Even the photos here are savage as well. Like
Yeah.
I've noticed them
I know,
before, but
I know,
like,
I know.
even looking at them now, having a minute to actually.
Like what is nice is these clocks.
Yeah.
They came from a factory called Odlum's. If you look at them, it was one of the earliest form of clock in and clock out. So there's 150 on each dial, so 300 workers. So every day you clocked in, the wheel actually turns, you clocked in, clocked out, and it read down with a little coil right on the very back.
Isn't it?
They're unbelievable.
You think about it, like
They're worth a lot of money. They actually still work.
yeah, who is this Nancy we keep on hearing about?
Nancy, the famous Nancy. You'll see her picture, she's hanging everywhere there. She was around everywhere. When we go downstairs after, you can see her there on the stained glass behind the bar. Nancy, she was one of the first female owners of a public house here in Dublin and in Ireland. But when she owned the pub, religion was very important to us here. But Nancy wasn't very religious, and she enjoyed money too much. So we had a thing called the Holy Hour here, and every Sunday between 2 and 4 it used to close. Of course, in Ireland it wasn't 1 hour, the Holy Hour, but it lasted 2 hours. You have to do things backwards, yeah. So the pub would have to close between 2 and 4. So James would come in the morning around 10 o'clock. He'd have a few pints, and at 2 o'clock she'd have to give him a little kick up the arse and say, "James, time to go." Out across the road, he'd mosey on. He'd sit in the ditch across the road at the time. But Nancy was mad for money, and she knew James was mad for the pints. So what she did was, she broke a small little hole there near the door, behind the little old stampage box. She broke a small little hole there. So when James would get thirsty, he'd get up, leg it across the road, or stagger across the road, stick his head through the hole, order the pint, give her the money, take the pint and run. So the only thing you saw was Nancy and these bad boys. Nancy and her hands. So she'd deliver the pint through it, take the money, run back behind the bar. Come here, they came from an old bank.
Oh, which
That's the kitchen.
Brother.
The kitchen came from an old bank. They actually closed down.
That's deadly.
So that's where all the money was stored.
But that's where Nancy lived, isn't it? That's
This is her living quarters. She used to live upstairs here, which was always common back in the day. You always slept over your own public house. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but never become your own best customer. The letter J is missing on all of these. These came from an old ship. If you to send a code, it actually still works. If you can hear this, Tara. So if you were on T, went 19 times, you could send a code back by spelling it every time you dialed it. And this one here as well, they were the earliest form of, I like to call them the modern day Twitter.
And these are the old beer pumps.
That is the old beer pumps, James. They are. So you're around, get your glasses, fill them up, fill them up, fill them up. That's how, yeah.
The old pump system.
They were the old pump systems. What you did was, yeah, you turned it, tapped it, and then actually, if you look closely here, do you know why they were taken out of production?
Lead, is it?
Well done. Yeah. because if you look, can you see the
Yeah.
wears? A lot of people, it wasn't the 30 pints they were drinking on a Sunday afternoon after mass. Apparently they were getting sick from. It was lead poisoning, and that's why they were taken out of commission.
Jeez, you spend days in here, wouldn't you, looking at all the nooks and crannies
You could. I'm here 15 years and I'm still walking around looking at some things. And anything that's old and original and associated with Guinness, you call it a gintique, not an antique. So they're all 100% original, and they go through the different stages of advertising with Guinness over the years. Some of them are slightly damaged at the moment because of sunlight, but we don't want to go near them because, again, like I said, they're all authentic. If you look closely, they have all their own slogans there. Of course, you've got the toucan brew, the famous toucan associated with it. You've got all the little slogans and everything there. So that is the ultimate collection of serving trays of Guinness that are locked away in that little ICU ward there that won't be coming out.
It's cracking. Wasn't the guy who actually, the illustrator, the guy that came up with the caricatures, he put himself in as the zookeeper?
Oh my god, that's right.
So that's his self-portrait kind of thing.
I forgot about
and
that.
All the different animals
Absolutely.
he was tracing, and they're all drinking the Guinness.
That's right, and that's why we have the happiest zoo in the world, because apparently that zookeeper would give him Guinness every day. So they say, he'll give you a taste of it every day. Stay away from Nancy's jugs.
It's good look if you rub the jugs.
That's right, there we go. I'll rub the left one, you rub the right one.
It's an ancient Irish tradition.
It's not much of a lot.
She's a lot worse. Now James, we'll leave her off. There you go. That's the singing into the glass, the sound of music. I'll give it a little push back. And always try to keep the nozzle out. But James? Yeah. Always keep the nozzle out and then just get it to the top of the glass and you're ready to rock and roll. Lovely jubbly. There we go now. That's the final. Now that is absolutely beautiful. You know that's a perfect pint of Guinness when you wobble it and it doesn't fall over. That is absolutely one of the nicest pints I've seen in the last year. Oh, well, we've been closed, James, so. But there you go.
That good.
Yeah. Now, look at that. That is unreal. When you do that and it doesn't spill down the side. And the head again, 12 to 15 milliliters. Like, the head should not be on top of the harp, ever. Ever close to the harp. It should never be close to the harp. That's why when you pull it, you always just pull to the harp there.
Right, James, get in.
I just want to open it.
God. Been waiting for this now for a
Hang on, get it.
just about right. Just about there, I'd say, another 3 seconds.
We've waited this long.
Oh God.
Mother of God. What's it like?
Fucking tasty.
Go, James. You're doing progress here. That's 2 sub pints so far. That's your first sub. The second one should come in here, and then you'll have 3 sub pints. That's the job.
Aiming for the 3 mark.
Right, James, out you go like your friend Noel. Pay your tab. Your bar now again. Out.
Yeah, listen.
Now.
Me and Noel are not the same person, right?
Pay your tab.
I pay my
Pay his tab as well.
Jesus.
Perfect time of the evening. Look what's happening across the road. They're making Guinness. Can you get the smell, James? It's not the flowers.
That's the hops.
That's the hops. And you get that little gust of wind that blows it right across the road here. It's just heaven. Look, I love that smell. It's absolutely incredible. That's what we were drinking in there now. It's in the air and we're even drinking it. What more can you ask for? From me and James, from Nancy Hands, until we meet again, where there will be lots and lots of Guinness hugs. Thank you very much.
When you're back open? Tomorrow?
Tomorrow morning at 12 o'clock.
Tomorrow morning, 12 o'clock.
Tomorrow morning, bright and early, the taps will be singing.
Lovely.
All the taps will be singing together.
You've got the beer garden out the back.
Beer garden out the back, ready to rock and roll. We have a bit of food, we'll put a few barrels out here, get the atmosphere flowing, taps singing, and sure we'll see you hopefully here tomorrow. Thank you very much, guys. Call again.
Adios.
See you later, guys.
Shalom.
Adios, amigos.
I'm not allowed back in.
You're not allowed back in or you pay your tab. How would you believe it?